Welcome to my favorite nonprofit radio segment called Nonprofits Care. Their causes are really extraordinary.
My favorite nonprofit, where causes are really extraordinary. Together we can make a difference. You and my favorite nonprofits who care.
Find out how you can make a difference at myfavouritenonprofit.com, where causes are really extraordinary.
You and my favorite nonprofits who care, who care.
Welcome back to our second half of our show, Nonprofits Who Care. CARE stands for Causes Are Really Extraordinary. We have today, for our second half, two ladies in our studio. I'm Ralph Brilzo. I'm the host of the show, kind of choked on the words there, and I'm the founder of My Favorite Nonprofit. And I'm here with Helena Nee, who's my co-host.
Good morning.
Good morning, Helena. And we have in studio with us Julie Madden, and we also have the foundation chair, Carrie McLaughlin, who's with the South Suburban Park Foundation. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, we're a pleasure to have you on our show. And what we like to do is, one of you can take this question, I don't care who it is, but just tell us a little more about the South Suburban Park Foundation and what the mission is.
Well, the mission of the foundation is to build trails. And what the foundation has been in operation for 30 years now.
Right, and you're a nonprofit, 501c3, right?
Yes, we certainly are.
Right.
And it was started in 1979 by Mayor Mary Carter of the town of Omar, who was looking at having a way to bring together monies from various communities to establish trails. Each community may not have enough money to do much, but if you actually form a coalition and start to generate funding and using the monies from various of these communities and apply for grants, you can get a lot done. And she was very effective at doing that.
And yeah, Carrie, you're the foundation chair, so how long have you been with the foundation?
I've been on the foundation board probably about 6 years now, and I just took over as the chairman this last fall.
Oh, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And so what's your position, and what do you do for the foundation?
Well, I guess in a way I'm sort of the chair of the meetings and things like that, and sort of keep track of what we're doing in terms of working with the various entities, and have to watch your budget and things like that. And so, yes, and I work a lot with Julie, and Julie manages a lot of our events, writes our grants and things like that, so that we can actually end up having more funds to be able to do more work.
Right, because I actually met Julie through the South Metro Chamber, and it's interesting because when she said she was with the South Suburban Park, I was thinking, it's a government entity.
Yes.
But she said, no, it's actually a 501c3 nonprofit.
There
is a South Suburban, right?
Yes, there is a South Suburban Park and Recreation District.
Right.
And that gets tax funds.
That's funded from the government, right?
But they are not a nonprofit. So the whole purpose of the foundation is actually to be able to get the funding. We get some funding from communities, from Littleton, Englewood, some of the entities that support us, that we're part of. And we can also write grants then and ask for money from Arapahoe County, Open Space, the Greater Outdoors, Colorado. And we use that money then to build trails and parks and connect these trails and communities up in a way that hasn't been done before. So we can work across all sorts of borders that other entities can't do.
Right, because you're a non-government entity, so you
Yes.
can work across, like you said, the city lines and all that, and the county lines and stuff.
Yeah,
So
we can include any municipality jurisdiction that is near the South Metro area that would like trails. We always say, come to our meeting, come as community members. Where do you want to see a trail? What do you want to see done on the trail? How can we provide this resource for you?
Oh, excellent.
You guys are incredible, especially with somebody that loves to hike. I actually moved to Colorado because of all the parks and the hiking trails.
Right.
That's like most people come here.
Yeah. And the trails that we work on are mostly urban, which is really unique because we have all this urban infrastructure, but yet you go down into these trail systems and you feel like, you know, you're in the great outdoors of Colorado, why we all moved there.
So you're in the middle of the city,
Yeah.
feeling like
Yeah.
you're getting some outdoor.
We call it like an urban oasis.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned that you guys are working a lot with the Platte River,
Mhm.
and the Platte River seems to be the central focus point.
Yes.
Mhm.
Tell us more about how that works.
Well, the Platte River was sort of the impetus for the first trail, the Mary
Right.
Carter Greenway Trail, which starts at the boundary of Denver and goes south, like all the way to Chatfield in this area. And it went along the Platte River. So
Oh,
that
okay.
is the Platte
It
River.
followed the
is-
river all the way down
It's
to
kind of a
Chatfield.
spine. I mean, everybody's attracted to rivers and things like that. And it's fun to ride your bike along there, or run, or walk, or whatever, and see what's happening, you know, in the river corridor. And that is also the sort of the focus of where the trails start or head off from. We
Mhm.
usually often follow rivers, creeks, and things like this because it's a good way to see what's going on. And, you know, they're sort of the little lifeblood of our area.
Yeah, so your initiative also was to help clean up those rivers then, right?
Yes, yes.
That's
And that was started many, many years ago, and it's our ongoing initiative.
Mm.
Julie could probably talk about our thing we call the Big Day,
Right.
you know, which is our major
With South Metro Chamber?
yes cleanup.
Right.
You know, we have volunteers
So you-
come out and clean up, and
Mhm.
because they get kind of messy.
Right.
you know.
Besides that day, though, do you have volunteers year-round then that come out and help you?
Yes, we do. We have various events that we set up. We had one in October that was
Just last month?
Yes, that
Mhm.
was to plant trees, and along the it's to help replace some trees that sometimes die and things like that.
Mhm.
And years ago, we had the 10,000 tree initiative to plant 10,000 trees along the corridor, the river corridor.
Mm.
And, you know, as
That's
you can
great.
imagine,
Yeah.
you can't, we try and water as many of them as we can.
Right.
But you can't really water everything all the time. You know, there's just not enough irrigation to
Right.
do that.
You
So
have to rely a little bit on Mother Nature.
we're hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some snowfall this
How
year.
do you
huh?
find volunteers? And how do you get volunteers?
Well, what we have done is we have a website, which is pretty common these days.
Uh-huh.
We've also
Why
had
don't you give your website?
www, I need to say that right,
Yeah.
.sspf.org, sspf.org, and we
So
do
that's the South Suburban Park Foundation.
parkfoundation.org.
Yeah, SSPF.org.
Yeah, and that actually will list all of our past projects. We actually have done so many big projects over 30 years. It's pretty amazing to see all the work, and they are all connected. So we love to get volunteers from the community because that helps them understand our role in the community. Because there is that, not confusion, but that challenge with our name being similar to other nonprofits.
Mhm.
And that really our mission is to build trails, but we want to see people out on the trails. We want them to be stewards of the trails. We want them to be using the trails. And when we say use, we mean recreation use, transportation use. Our trails are built so folks can walk to work, bike to work. We are involved with Bike to Work Day, which is every June. And our priority is to link trails to each other and to communities.
Okay.
We want kids to walk to school. We want people to walk to work. We want them to walk to their grocery store. So when we look at our trails, we try and look at that as well.
So you try to connect your trails to the different facilities out there
Right,
that people
right,
normally
right.
drive to. Now they can walk
Right,
or ride their bike
exactly.
to. Oh, that's
exactly.
good. And not have to be on the streets.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we love volunteers, you know, any way we can. The Big Day has been a great benefit for us because every year it's gone up. So that last year we had about 150 volunteers out there cleaning up the trails. And then planting trees is a big one as well. And there are other opportunities. We are looking for board members whenever. We'd love to have people come to our board meetings and see what we're about. We do have a Facebook page that we're working on and trying to build that.
Okay.
And then just showing community members showing support to their own cities, their own mayors, their own city councils, showing them how important it is to have these.
I think people should bike to work more.
Yes, I do
I
too.
think it should be like a bike day. It should be like
Every day, yeah.
Yeah, it should be like something, well, you talked earlier about this being as also a health
Right.
issues where people can stay in shape and get their exercise and take care of their health by just going out on the trails.
I saw this joke that says, why do people get stuck in traffic and it's frustrating so they can get to the gym and ride on a station?
I know.
That's it.
And living in Colorado, we have so many days of sunshine. Even in January, you can be out riding on the trail.
Yeah, I love riding my bike.
Yeah.
I get to school faster on my bike
Yes.
than in the car. Because at the car, you have to find the
Yeah.
bike just takes you right into it.
Right. And that was one of our projects. We finished this about 2 years ago, but it's called the Big Dry Creek Regional Greenway. And it basically connects the Platte River to the eastern communities of Littleton Centennial. Prior to that, there was no way to get over the Platte River from the trail.
Oh, so you got a bridge now that goes
We
over?
did. We had a bridge.
Excellent.
It was over $500,000 bridge.
Uh-huh.
It came from, I think, Minnesota. I might be wrong on that, though. But it was a freestanding bridge. It was engineered just for this project, and they had to bring it over to the state of Colorado and put it in.
Oh, they transported it here?
They
and
did
then
transport it in,
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
And we had a major event for that.
Oh, I bet you had a ceremony that
Yeah,
christened the new bridge.
we're looking at all these great trails, and
Yeah.
we were trying to figure out how can we connect these. And
Mhm.
thank goodness we get funding from Great Outdoors Colorado, Colorado State Trails, the City of Inglewood, the City of Littleton, specific to that project, to get that bridge over, because
Right.
that was a huge. Our trails in this urban area, they estimate $1 million a mile.
Wow.
Which, I mean, that's a lot of money.
That
But
is.
when you think about it, we get over 1 million annual users on the trails in the South Metro
Oh,
area.
that's great.
So really, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck.
How many miles are the trails, do you know?
Oh, gosh.
It's kind of hard to know right now because
Mhm.
we go so many different places.
So many different connections. And
Yes.
everything.
Right.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
the Mary Carter Greenway that we developed is 8 miles, and then the Big
Mhm.
Dry is about 6, and then there's the Lee Gulch is another trail. So we created a 14-mile loop. So basically, you can get on your bike and you do not have to stop at an intersection, a stop sign. It's all continuous.
So it's like the
trail.
C470 of trails.
Exactly, it is.
It is.
It is.
Expressway for your trails.
We need to call it that. And
That's
then
funny.
from that,
Is there a toll booth right there?
That's a thought.
Actually, we could
See?
make some money on that.
Give you guys some ideas here.
Yeah. From the 14-mile loop, it connects to the Highline Canal, which is over 130 miles, I believe. And then it also connects to the Platte River as it goes north.
Uh-huh.
Because from Denver, the Platte River goes north. So I think we usually estimate over a couple hundred miles, because there's the Bear Creek Trail that goes out to Morrison that we.
Oh, yeah. So you guys are part of that as well, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we connect up with all of them,
Mhm.
and I think that's the thing. Denver has an incredible trail system, biking and walking and
I
stuff like
agree.
that. Probably one of the best in the country.
Really?
We have some of the planners who work on our trails say when they go to the national conventions that we are really one of the major trail.
So they use us as a model for
Yes,
other cities
yes.
and stuff.
So
That's
they're-
great.
And it's very impressive because it does link up.
Uh-huh.
And that's our whole purpose, is to be able to have it so people can seamlessly move from one trail to another without getting on a lot of busy streets or things.
And that's the
like this.
key, that we're staying off the traffic and
Yes,
then,
safety
like you
is a
said.
big priority.
Right.
Yes.
So you can bring
That's
your family, kids, and everything
Yes,
on the
and
trails.
and you see a lot of people on the trail.
Mhm.
They're walking their dogs. And we have created along the Platte also trails that now exist on both sides. So you can go up one side and because if it's really busy, you can just move over to the other side and.
Oh, very good. They can go over that bridge you were talking about.
Right.
But
And
there's
to the
some
other
that
side.
you can't rollerblade on one side because people are walking. So there's some.
Yeah, what's basically happened is the Platte River Trail is so popular,
Mhm.
which is awesome,
Yes.
but it's overcrowded some days, like on
Right.
the weekends.
Well, yeah, the weekends.
Right,
That makes
and
sense.
we really partner with the South Suburban Parks and Recreation District to identify safety needs, and the community members come to both of us and say, I was walking and someone almost ran me over on my bike, what can we do? So we have engineers and designs who look at the trail, and we put in some safety features. We actually put in bumps and roundabouts.
Oh,
to
speed
try and
bumps?
slow people. Yes.
Oh, really?
And then we've
funny.
also...
You're walking too fast.
I mean, it's a good thing, but it's kind of funny. funny. But and then to the side of the trail, we've tried to expand dirt for runners, because runners do not tend to like to run on the hard surface, but on the hard surface we have bikers and rollerbladers.
Oh, yeah.
So, where it's feasible, some of the urban trails are so tight, it's not feasible to add on two trails next to each other. But along the Platte River, and which is such a high traffic area, we try and look at that and identify those needs. But yes, some of our trails are not hard surface. The Centennial Trail, which is our current project, which will take users east, because like as a biker you were mentioning, it's hard to ride your bike east through Centennial, like near Arapahoe Road.
Oh, yeah.
It's there isn't a natural thoroughway because there is not a natural waterway or corridor for us to follow.
Yeah, all the streets are right there, so you have to go.
Yeah, so that's a tricky area, but a
Through
lot
the
of people do
neighborhood,
want to, ride their bike to the tech center and such. But,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. And so basically, we do look at the community's needs versus gravel or concrete. And the Centennial Trail, the neighborhood really requested no hard surface. They wanted gravel, not cement.
Oh, really?
Concrete.
What about bike riders, though? Is that going to be
You know what? You can still ride it on a regular bike. It's a section that goes right behind people's houses because they didn't want people flying back and forth on their road bikes.
Oh, that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, so.
I was going to say, have you created an app, or someone has created an app where I said I need to...
Great question.
Put the trails on the app.
We
Well,
would love.
that might be our next.
Get your GPS out.
Yes,
and ride
yes,
the
we
trails.
have had that request, and we would love a funder to jump on board and help us with that.
You know how brilliant that is? Because
It
I
is
get lost a
brilliant.
lot. I get scared when I go to places
Yeah.
and ride my bike. I'm like, should I get off here? And if I get off here, which way does it go?
Yeah.
So if there's an app, I could be like, I need to go pick up my...
Yes, and I've had requests
Technology
for
in
that.
the outdoors.
And they've come to our board, and the chamber has requested that. And for us being a nonprofit, our operating budget is very limited. So, if we could get a corporate funder or somebody to jump on board with that.
That would be a good idea.
That would be
Yeah.
great.
As a matter of fact, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll talk more about that. And we'll see you after the break.
Welcome to my favorite nonprofit radio segment called Nonprofits Care. Their causes are really extraordinary.
Welcome back to our show, Nonprofits Who Care. CARE stands for Causes Are Really Extraordinary. I'm Ralph Grills, the founder of my favorite nonprofit and the host of the show. And I'm here with my co-host, Elena Nee. Hi, Elena.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome back. And we have been talking to Julie Madden and also Carrie McLaughlin, who's the foundation chair of the South Suburban Park Foundation. Welcome back, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. And we were talking about your trails, and during the break, you gave me one of your maps here, which is really cool. So you can get these. How would someone get one of these maps so they can get the trails? Would you just go online and pull it off a PDF, or?
We don't have it available right now as a PDF. That's one thing we're going to be working on. But
Okay.
you could actually go onto our website
Okay.
and
I'm
request
on-
one.
I'm on your website right now. Oh, you can just where it says complimentary trail map. You just
Yes.
click there,
Yes.
and then you can just put in your information and get a
Right.
map. And so that's where you can fill out the information. This is a great website. It has really a lot
Thank
of
you.
different, your partners, your newsletters, all the trail info. Oh, I like that. So people can go to your website, and what's the website again?
www.sspf.org.
SSPF.org, which
Yes.
stands for South Suburban Park Foundation. Right.
So come on, visit.
Okay.
And actually, we would love you to like us on Facebook.
There you go.
to
And you
help
got
us
your
jumpstart
Facebook page
that.
up now?
Yes, it's up.
Oh, very good. And then also, we were talking about, an app that would be really cool to have. If there's anybody out there listening that knows someone that could sponsor, they would be really looking forward to talk to you.
Yes.
Because I think that app would really help the community out there.
Yes, we've had requests for an app for about 6 months to probably about a year.
Mhm.
And some of it is a little overwhelming for us to think about how we would even start to design that. So if there is someone out there with that talent or technology that is willing to work with us, we welcome you.
Well, just
I'm doing it really soon.
yeah, just add a little note at my favorite nonprofit. We are working on putting some apps together, so we may talk to you guys more about that.
Great.
So maybe we can work in conjunction there.
Yes.
And that would help you guys out.
Mhm.
As well as, now, you guys get funding through, obviously, you said you do some grants,
Mhm.
but also do you do like community events and do fundraisers? And if you do, are there any coming up?
Yeah, we don't do like an annual event like a silent auction,
Or
a
a
typical
gala.
sort of event like that. What we do is we do the Colorado Gives Day every year.
Right, which is
Third year in
coming
a
up on
row.
December 4th.
Yes,
Yes.
December 4th. I've heard that
Yeah.
from a few.
Mhm.
And that is our individual donor drive campaign. And we really feel that it's a great opportunity for folks out there using the trail just to give back something to help us move forward. You know, $50, $100, it all helps.
Uh-huh.
And also it's important that once the trails are built, the ownership really is back to the community members. So that is demonstrating your support for what we do using the trail. And then we do write grants. We're a little unique because our budget is very high in capital
Right.
because of the trails development. So our operating budget is not that high, but we definitely need money for operating budgets to provide the maps. We are redesigning the map. We received a grant from Arapahoe County, and the next map, which will be coming out in April, it'll be highlighting more the environmental features and how to coexist with the wildlife. Because our trails do follow all these waterways with, you'll see herons out there, foxes. Carrie actually probably can help more with the wildlife and the plants.
Right.
But, you know, when we do go in and build these trails, we do clean up, we revegetate, we try and make them native plants, make them look like the native environment.
Oh, very cool.
And we do that to protect the wildlife because the Platte River is a major wildlife corridor.
Right.
And all of these tributaries that branch out are also waterways for the animals. So they need that. They need their home kept clean and enhanced and protected to keep the wildlife there.
So has there been a problem with people walking the trails and the wildlife clashing together? Or?
Well, I think there's, like, litter is one thing, but I've had some people, they've been walking along and a snake has come out along the trail right in front of their bike, and they didn't know what to do.
Right.
So, you know, we will tell them, like, don't scream and, you know,
Right.
don't run over
Don't run over
and
the snake.
don't hurt yourself. We go through
do a detour.
yeah, we go through the Carson Nature Center and Platte Park, which is very rich in animals and plants. And I think the noise, lights at night, we have some areas behind Littleton High School, which tends to have glass, a little more trash that could be hurtful,
Right.
broken glass. So.
And how's the trash kept, cleaned up?
Once we build our trails, the South Suburban Parks and Recreation District manages them and maintains them.
Oh, so they maintain them?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
good. Yeah.
So that's a great partnership that we have.
That's a great partnership. And how would the community get involved if they want to get more involved with the organization?
Well, they can certainly go on our website
Mhm.
and request information. And we're redesigning our website actually to be a little more interactive so people can come on and learn about more of our activities. We've had a newsletter and we're going to be now putting that on our website and doing it the Go Green thing, not having to mail out a lot of literature and
Oh, that's
stuff like
good.
that. So, and people have found out about us through our website and through, if they would like to be on our email blast, we send them information about things that are happening on the trails, some of the cleanup projects, some of the things that are happening like that. The last trail planting that we had in October was a great opportunity for families to come out. We had whole families there planting and digging, and kids who were looking for community service credit for in schools and stuff were showing up with their parents and stuff, and had a great time and learned something as well. You know, they get to see what they've done. It's very immediate. You plant a tree, it's there. You know,
Right.
it's like, and you can come back and watch it later.
Oh, that's great.
See how it's going.
Well, you guys are definitely working with a great cause. I think you're bringing people back to the environment. It's very important. Our health is very important. People don't walk or ride as much as they should. So this is a good opportunity to do it in a safe environment.
Yes.
So I want to thank you very much for coming on our show.
Well, thank you.
We're out of time now, but we really liked it. Julie Madden,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks for
And
inviting us.
oh, for sure. Carrie McLaughlin, the foundation chair of the South Suburban Park Foundation. You can find them at sspf.org. And this is Ralph Grills with My Favorite Nonprofit, Thank you for listening to our show, and thank you, Elena, our co-host, for being here today.
Thank you, ladies, for being here. I love your big hearts and innovative mind.
Thank
so
you.
much.
You all have a great week, and we'll see you next week, Thursday at 9 Mountain Standard Time.
Have a
great day.
day.
Bye-bye.
My favorite non-profit, where causes are really extraordinary. Together we can make a difference. You and my favorite non-profits who care.
Find out how you can make a difference at myfavoriternonprofit.com, where causes are really extraordinary.
You and my favorite non-profits who care, who care.